Okay, kiddos, it's your turn again. We're going to teach you a new song. And like I said last week, I know this is a new song because we just wrote it. And this is In the Beginning. And this is going along with what we're learning together in the Bible. In the beginning, God. So sing along with us, clap along with us, and let's have a good time. 2, 3, 4. Yes, in the beginning, God created it all. Isn't that exciting, boys and girls? Let's continue our journey together through our Bibles. Get your Bibles. And let's open up to the next story. And it's going to take us a few weeks to get through this story. And we're going to start talking about Abraham and Lot. And you will see a journey that this man took. And again, boys and girls, if you're watching this and you do not have one of these Bibles, please have your mom, your dad, an adult, anybody go to our website, anchored.love. It's up on the screen. And put in the prayer request that you want a Bible. Give me your name and your address, and I will send you one free of charge. Just be sure to let me know that you want one, and I'll see that you get one so that you can follow along with us each week as we journey together through the Bible. And so let's start talking about Abraham and Lot. It's page 15 in your children's Bibles. Open there with me and let's read together. In the city of Ur, in the country of Chaldea, there lived a man called Abraham. His wife's name was Sarah. And one day God said to Abraham, I want you to leave Ur and go far away to a country of Canaan. If you do as I say, I will make you the father of a great nation. Now Abraham and Sarah had no children, but they believed God, and they did as he said. They took Lot, Abraham's nephew, and their servants, their flocks, their herds. They left Ur. They left their family, their home, and their friends, all the people and places they knew so well, and set out for an unknown land. Travel was slow and the journey to Canaan a long one, but at last they arrived. They set their tents up at Mamre near Hebron, and for a long time they all lived happily together. Now we're going to stop there this week, boys and girls, and we'll continue on next week, but I want to talk a little bit about what Abraham did. You see, God said to Abraham, I want you to move away from your home, the things that you know, your friends, your family, and I want you to go to a place that you don't know. How scary is that? Now, let me ask you, boys and girls, have you had to move away any time in your lives from a place that you knew, from a place that was familiar? Well, as I read this, I thought about my journey since I was a little boy. And I want to walk you through this journey together. It was kind of interesting. You know, we have the internet now, and so we can go and we can look at everything. So I started going to Google Maps, and I started looking at all the places that I've lived since I was born. And I want to walk you through that journey. The first place that I lived was a place in Springfield, Pennsylvania, and I just dropped it. Springfield, Pennsylvania. That's where I was born. And so that's the house that I grew up in. Now, it looked way different back then. It didn't have that front porch, and the trees weren't nearly as big. And I was little, so I thought it was huge. But that's the house that I was born in Springfield, Pennsylvania. And then my dad got a transfer. He got a transfer to Short Hills, New Jersey. And this is the house that we lived in there. Now, it looks like when they took this picture, they were doing some work on the street. But if you can see that white house right behind there, that's where I lived in Short Hills, New Jersey. When I moved there, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any family. But I moved because my father said that we had to move. Now, as it turns out, while we're on Short Hills, New Jersey, I met a boy in 3rd grade who had also just moved. He didn't know anybody. We became friends, and that was in 3rd grade. I am now 63 years old, and Mike, the boy that I met in Short Hills, New Jersey, and I have been friends ever since 3rd grade. And then my father got another transfer back to Pennsylvania to a place called Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in a little town called Leola. And we moved back there in 1970. And that is where I lived until I moved out of the house as an adult. And so that's 3 places that I lived growing up as a kid. Now, I have lived numerous places since then. I didn't want to get into all that, but I thought I would show you where I live now. This is our farm in Bullard, Texas. Now, it's hard to see because I couldn't get a good shot, but what you're seeing here, these are all the facilities where my wife does her dog breeding business. And behind there is the studio that we're in right now. And behind that is the house that I live in. And so over the years, boys and girls, I have moved a lot because my dad got transferred a lot. And every time we moved, I was sad because I was going to be leaving my friends, because I was going to be leaving the things that I knew and going to a place that I didn't know. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what school was going to be like. I didn't know anything. But the one thing I did know is that my father and my mother would always make sure that my brother and I were taken care of, and I trusted him. And so when the time came to move, we helped pack up, we said goodbye to our friends, and we moved. Now, I know that might be tough for you, and if you're reading this story with me, it might bring back some memories of having to move, or maybe you're getting ready to move right now, and you're not sure what's ahead. The beautiful thing is that God knows what's ahead. He's already made the plans. He's already there waiting for you, and He's going to make sure that everything works out all right. And so trust in Him. Don't be worried. Don't be concerned. Don't be afraid. God is in control. He loves you. He cares for you. And He will always, always, always make sure that you have what you need. I really enjoy our times together each week going through the Bible. I look forward to next week. God bless you all. I'll see you then.